Hello and welcome back to Grace.Filled Reads. So I'm so excited to be back with you guys for another video. In this video, I am sharing with you the $10 surprise mystery box that I got from Christian Resources. So I've never got one of these boxes before. I have seen a few others that did get it. And for me, I feel like I'd rather spend $10 and get something that I absolutely want, that I absolutely love, that I'm absolutely gonna read, versus paying $10 and taking a gamble that it would be something that I would like or something that would interest me. But nevertheless, as I was buying the homeschool items for my children, I'm Grace.Filled over on that channel, I decided to go ahead and just grab the surprise bundle for myself. So the first book is The Decision, and I did not go through any of these. I didn't even look at everything. I just took it out the box to show to you guys. It says, sometimes Jonah feels he must be unlovable. By a strange turn of events, Jonah Miller was left at the altar by the love of his life. He hopes to leave heartbreak behind when he moves from Pennsylvania to Illinois, settling on a new Amish country. By a strange turn of events, Jonah Miller was left at the altar by the love of his life. He hopes to leave heartbreak behind when he moves from Pennsylvania to Illinois, settling into a new Amish community as a buggy maker. He starts to court Elaine Strock, who works with her grandfather to host dinners in their home for tourists. But when her grandfather suddenly dies and her grandmother, the only living relative, slips into dementia, Elaine ignores her growing love for Jonah and sets him free to look for love elsewhere. Jonah is sure he won't find love a third time. Is God calling him to remain single, or does he have a different plan for the lonely Amish man? The Decision. Next up is A Dream Within a Dream. He may be the key to solving one of the greatest unsolved art heists in history. Trudy Coffey hasn't seen Samuel Hill in weeks. Then the FBI shows up asking about him after a strange encounter with an armed man demanding her help in an attack by a member of the Boston mob looking for someone named Dream. Trudy manages to find Samuel, or rather, he finds her. He's made some pretty powerful enemies, but now his full attention is on protecting Dream from the mob because Dream has something they want. The map to the location of the artwork stolen from the Gardner Museum during the infamous 1990 heist. With danger closing in from all sides, Trudy and Samuel will have to call on all their allies to keep Dream safe and discover the identities of the people who have been hunting down Samuel. The real questions are, who can they trust and who will make it out of this alive? Oh, okay. Sounds interesting. Chasing the White Lion. In Tilia's world, everyone has an angle and no one escapes unsafe. CIA officer Tonya Inger may have reconciled with the man who assassinated her father, but that doesn't mean she wants him hovering over her every move and unearthing the painful paths she's tried to put behind her. Still, she'll need him and the help of his star gifter, Valkyrie, if she hopes to infiltrate the jungle, the first ever crowdsourced crime syndicate to rescue a group of kidnapped refugee kids. But as Tilia and her elite team of thieves con their way into the heart of the jungle, inching every closer to the syndicate boss, the Lion Witch, she'll run right up against the ragged edges of her family's dark past. In this game of cat and mouse, it's win or die. And in times like that, it's always good to have someone watching your back. Chasing the White Lion. This one says, she is the only doctor willing to treat the city's most needed, facing with a tragedy no one could have foreseen. In Twilight in the Evening. From New Orleans to San Francisco, Cheney and Shiloh are now working at a large hospital, a contrast from their previous circumstances. Though Cheney is accepted and respected by most of the other doctors, the medical professional under her supervision question her character, her intent, and her skills. Further, she and Shiloh must constantly be on alert to ensure that the fair and conscientious medical treatment is provided to the city down and outers. When a catastrophe strikes, they find themselves stretched far beyond their knowledge and experience. Shiny has to trust God for help and direction. She needs to remind herself that in the ways of men are before the eyes of the Lord. Old-fashioned. There isn't a rule out there that love won't break for better or worse. Turning his back on his reckless lifestyle, former frat boy Clay Wash has settled down to run an antique shop in the small Midwestern college town and to pursue lofty and outdated theories on love and romance. But when Amber Harrison, a free-spirited woman with a gypsy soul, rents the apartments above his shop, Clay can't help being attracted to her spontaneous and passionate embrace of life. Amber also finds herself surprisingly drawn to Clay, but this idea about relationships are usually unusual to say the least, and they bring to light on her own deep wounds and fears about love. They say opposites attract, but can Clay and Amber move beyond their differences and their past attempts at old-fashioned courtship? Life support, Grace, and medical. Candace Coward. Nurse Lauren Barclay puts her life on hold to keep a watchful eye on her troubled sister. It is why she's back in Houston, but that means confronting the broadening physician assistant who caused a painful turmoil in her family and left Lauren with memories her heart can't forget. PA and single-parent Elisha Laundrie is no stranger to stormy relationships, including one with his father who was threatening him with a restraining order. It won't stop Eli from protecting his disabled brother or from making peace with Lauren. He wants that and so much more. But as Lauren and Eli draws closer, a powerful hurricane roars towards Houston. Survival instincts take priority and everything changes. Can hope weather the storm? This one is called Critical Pursuit from a veteran police officer. Officer Brianna Carcel has built a representation at the precinct as the cops call when a child goes missing. For Brianna, it's personal because she was once one of them. Brianna and her K9 search and rescue dog Hero will stop at nothing to find a missing child, no matter the stakes. Detective Jack O'Reilly isn't ready to turn in his homicide duties after losing his wife to a drunk driver. He's on the downsides of his career and bent on revenge. When he's assigned as Brianna's partner while on patrol, Jack struggles between his quest for personal justice and his responsibility to those around him, especially his partner. Skeptical of Jack's motives, Brianna isn't sure if she can rely on her new partner, whose reckless abandonment endangers those around him. But when a man surfaces with an MO similar to the criminal who abducted Brianna 20 years earlier, Brianna and Jack must cast aside previous judgments and combine efforts to catch the kidnapper and finally allow Brianna the peace stolen from her as a child. I have two more after this. This sowing season. Can an unlikely friendship give them the courage to start again? Forced to sell the dairy farm he's worked at his entire life to make successful, Garrett is now 63. He doesn't know what to do with himself. He sacrificed everything for his cows, his time, his health, his family, with nothing to show for it but bitterness, regret, and two grown children who want nothing to do with him. 15-year-old Ray is stricken with a panic every time she climbs behind the wheel, but any failure, including not passing her driver's test, jeopardizes the plan. The detailed blueprint for high school and beyond that has her following in her lawyer father's footsteps. Although she's been committed to the plan, now that the pressure to succeed is building, doubts about whether she has what it takes begin to haunt her. What was supposed to unite her family on purpose could end up tearing it apart. As their paths cross and the friendship begins to form, Garrett's and Ray's lives change in unexpected ways. Will they discover what really matters in life, and together they learn it's never too late for a second chance? The next book is by Davis Byrne, and it's Florine's Gates. An ancient entrance to the old city was a place of memories and too many secrets. The Iron Curtain has come down, setting Poland on the road to democracy. But will true freedom come to those still bound by tragic memories of Leona's Gate? When American Jeffrey Sinclair starts a new life in London, assisting a high-end antique shop, he discovers that more than good salesmanship to wealthy customers is required. Alexander Contour, his enigmatic relationship and now employer, has a representation for acquiring priceless antiques under mysterious circumstances. As Jeffrey learns the business and becomes more involved in searching out valuable pieces across Europe, He discovers that their source is not the only secret Alexandra is hiding. Jeffrey learns, too, that Katie Nichols, the woman he's come into love, also has something to hide. She carefully keeps her own personal iron curtain in place, separating herself from his love. Will he be able to break down the barriers and win her trust and heart? And the last book that I got was The Ascension of Larks. When globetrotting photographer Magdalena Henry loses the only man she's ever loved, she risks her stellar career to care for his widow and young children on a remote island in the Pacific Northwest. Free-spirited and fiery independent Maggie adores her life and travels and adventure, but she has a secret. She can't let go of her first and only love, renowned architect Marco, now married to her best friend Lena. When Marco drowns in a kayaking accident, Maggie rushes to the family's home in San Juan Island. Once there, she discovers that Marco was hiding something that could destroy his family. As fragile, perfectionistic Leanna slowly falls apart, Maggie tries to provide stability for Marco and Leona's 3 children. When Maggie is offered a once-in-a-lifetime chance to compete in the world's most prestigious photography competition, she thinks she's found the answers to their problem. Then Lena makes a choice with unexpected and devastating consequences, forcing Maggie to grip with an agonizing decision. Does it sacrifice the golden opportunity of her career or the abandonment of the family just when they need her the most? Gradually, the island begins to work its magic. A century-old ritual to beckon one's love home offers hope in the midst of sorrow. And the get-ridden yet compelling stranger hiding on the island may offer Maggie a second chance at love, but only if she can relinquish the past and move forward to find joy in unexpected places. So, I have quite the variety of books here. I will say, if I were picking these books, I don't think I would have picked any of them. Just being honest, I don't think that I would have. But that is the thing when you buy these books, you know that you take a chance. And for 10 books, that made these books $1 each, brand new, and that is about, Goodwill used prices. So I'm still glad that I got them. Because I got them, I will read them. I think The Decision will probably be the first book that I read because I kind of do like stuff like this. But I don't think that there's any of them that I would absolutely not read. So I'm excited about them. I don't know the time frame in which I'll be reading this or any of that, but I'm just excited to share that I was able to grab these books, and I was able to get the whole bundle for $10 from Christian Books. And so it's christianbooks.com. And so just to kind of break it down, In the Twilight was $1.53. Blurriness Gate was $1.68. Dream Within a Dream, $1.84. Life Support, 61 cents. Critical Pursuit, 62 cents. Sewing Season, 98 cents. Ascension of Larks, 98 cents. Old Fashioned, 53 cents. Decision, 23 cents. And Chasing the White Lion was 99 cents. So it brought my total to $10 for all the books. So I'll be back in more videos to share more hauls, to share reviews of these and other books that I'm reading. And I think I'm going to do the BookTube tag. So thank you for sticking with me on this video. If you're new here, subscribe if stuff like this seems like it might be interesting to you. And if you're interested more in like homeschooling, homemaking, homesteading, homekeeping, cleaning, organizing, all that sort of thing, my main page, Grace.Filled, might be better for you. But until the next video, blessings.